So now let's teach your computer to understand your command. In this activity, we will use your voice command to control this virtual house. So you can use your voice command to turn on and off the light or turn on and off the fan. Also, you can cast your magical spells to make some animal appear. To do this, there's two things you will need. First is you need to go to the website machinelearningforkids.co.uk. Second, you need to download a stretch file, which is available in the link below. Once you have these ready, now let's go to the first website, machinelearningforkids.co.uk. This is how the website looks like. If you're a Mac user, I will try to avoid using Safari as your browser because I have some problem in recording the voice. Personally, I use Chrome. It works really well. Once you're at the website, the first thing you need to click is Get Started. And then you click on Try It Now. If we're going too fast, you can pause the video anytime. Now we need to click on Add a New Project. Give a name for your project. I just call it as the Radio Parts Madhouse. And then you need to let the computer know what you want to recognize. For our project, we want to recognize some songs, right? So therefore, we click on songs and then click Create. Now you have your project. Let's click on your project. Now you will see there's three options. One is string, one is learn and test, and one is make. That is very similar to the process we talked about earlier. String is the option for you to collect your data. Learn and test is the option for your computer to learn, which means that your computer will start to learn what your command means. That will allow it to make prediction afterwards. Lastly is the make, which is the part that will be used stretch and you can use your voice command to control the virtual house. Let's start collecting our data by click on train. First thing we need to do is collect some background noise. You click on add example, and then we will click on this blue button in here. And I will try to not make any voice so the computer can record what is in the background. Once it's finished, you will see a picture looks like that. It has the yellow background and some blue line in here. If you don't see this picture, which means that your computer cannot record the voice. You click add, and then we need to repeat this process several times, around 8 to 9 times. Remember, we need a lot of data to train our computer. So now I can add more sample. By repeating the step, click on add sample, record the noise, click on add, and then repeat it. Once you have around 9 samples, then we can start to collect the data for your voice command. We will click on this add new label. Remember, when we train our computer, we need to let the computer know what your command means. That is similar to the idea of the picture. When you see yellow color, that means a smiley face. I need to let the computer know what I'm trying to say means, for example, the smiley face. So right now in here, I just say that is the command to control the light. So I will label the command as light. And then click add. And then we start to collect the sample for your voice command that will control light. I will click on add example. And then after I click on this blue button, I will say the word light. Light. Add. And you can see the pattern is different because the command is different right now. So you can compare this with your background noise. You see the blue pattern is different. So that is the pattern for your command light. Again, we need to repeat it for 8 or 9 times. Now we will add more label. Remember, we have the light and the fan we want to control. So I will add a new label as fan. Then collect my sample. Fan. So remember I said we have 2 magical animals that can appear. So right now you can add 2 more labels. by anything you like, and you can think about a magical spells to cast it. But remember, you need to remember your magical spells and be able to repeat it. And here I have a little helper to help me out. Okay, do you remember what to do?
Yeah.
When I click on this blue button, you see the line and then you can say your magic word.
Horse.
Okay. Shh, not yet. Ready?
Horse.
Let's do it one more time.
Horse.
To me, collecting the sample is a really fun part, which I can have my kids to come up with all kind of spells that they want to cast. And also, if you have younger sibling at home, you can have them to help you as well. Okay, once we collect all the samples, then we click back to project. Now, we need to teach the computer. Click on this learn and test. If you're ready, click on this train new machine learning model button. It will take some time. When it is done, when it is ready, you will see this option in here. You can click on start listening and then repeat one of the command that you have before. Fan. So as you can see, it will tell you what command it recognized and then how confident the computer thing his prediction is. If you have a really low confident rate, what you can do is go back to the previous step and collect more and more samples. If you're ready, click on stop listening and then click back to project. Now, let's make the magic happen. I click on make and then it will direct me to this web page, which allows me to use Stretch online. And I know many of you have used Stretch before and familiar with it. So which means that after we walk through the tutorial, you can add more and more element into your project. So let's just click on open in Stretch Free. And then remember I asked you to download a Stretch file. That is a file I want you to load into Stretch. If you click on file, click on load from your computer and then select the file that you just download. This is how it will look like. So if you're new to Stretch, the left-hand side is all the command that you can drag and drop into your program. So to make sure you understand, there's 2 commands. I actually put it in there and I don't need it. What I want you to do is click on this one when green flag clicked and then click delete to get rid of it. Another way you can do is, this is the second command that I created here just for you to practice drag and drop the command. So click on this broadcast turn fan on or off, drag it, and then you can move it to the left hand side and it will disappear too. Whatever that is remaining here is what we will need for our program. On the left hand side, if you scroll all the way down, you see there is a icon. It called RP Smart House. If you name your project differently, it will have a different name. Click on it, and then you will see there's a bunch of machine learning options. What I want you to create is when the flag is clicked, I want to train a new machine learning model. So I drag this train new machine learning model to here, and then connect it with wait until the machine learning model is ready. Okay, drag it into here. And then it asks the program to start listening. And it will stay ready for 5 seconds once it is ready, because it takes some time for the model to run. So therefore, it would be great to have an indicator to let us know whether it is ready or not. And then in here, you will have 4 options. So that is 4 different effects. First is the fan control, that is in the bottom left corner. The second one is the light control, that is on the bottom right corner. And then we have our 2 more control. One is a horse, one is a cat. Next, what I need to program is command light. Maybe you say it differently. After the computer hears that command, it will turn on the light. The one for me is when I hear light. So I will connect it to the light control, that is the bottom right corner. And then when the computer hears fan, When the computer hear the word horse, it will broadcast the horse. When the computer hear the magic word, it will broadcast the last option. So again, the label on your end could be different. It really depends on what you put in as the label when you train the computer. So once you're ready, we click on this green flag. As you can see in here, once it is ready, it will say ready. Now we can use our command light, light, fan, fan, horse, fish. That's it for a tutorial, but you can imagine if you're familiar with Scratch, you can add more and more onto this program. If you want to learn more, you can go to this website. There are 4 really cool projects you can work on too.